Good afternoon, race fans. This is your race day update for the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. We are here for night number 1 of 2 nights for the House Divided Twin 40s here at the House of Hook, the Why Not Motorsports Park in Meridian, Mississippi. I am Travis Scott alongside series director and Victory Lane race winner interviewing extraordinaire Joshua Joyner. Joshua, let's just jump right to it. I've never been here to Why Not Motorsports Park. You've been telling me since the schedule came out that this is one of your favorite places. Tell me what we're in for tonight.
Yeah, first of all, welcome to cousin Rodney's House of Hook, as I like to call it. Rodney Wing, the owner here. I tell you what, I grew up, this isn't a home track for me, but it's about a little over 3 hours from home. And I grew up coming to the Why Not Motorsports Park for Mississippi State Series races and the Fall Classic every October. It has a special place in my heart, not only because I kind of grew up coming here a few times every year, but also because this is one of the best racing tracks in the Southeast, if maybe in the country. I love this track, tight little quarter-mile track, super wide, and the cars race all over it.
So I was here for practice last night. We'll get more on that here in just a moment, but I was talking to a lot of the drivers, and everybody I talked to said this place can get down. It'll be racy. They had no doubt it was going to be racy. They said it doesn't matter what the racetrack looks like before or after the race, it's going to be really racy. Yeah,
this it's unfortunate this track doesn't have more super late model races and get a higher profile events because the racing is so good here. And I feel like if we saw more races here, you'd really get a better glimpse of what it's capable of. Obviously, any track can have its off nights and everything, but I tell people 9 times out of 10, you come here, you're going to see a good race, and we're here twice, tonight and tomorrow night. So hopefully we get hopefully 2 good nights of racing, but one of the 2 ought to be a barn burner for sure.
So it's a pair of 5,000 to win shows tonight and tomorrow night. We call it the House Divided Twin 40s. That's because it's also a co-sanctioned weekend with the Mississippi State Championship Challenge Series.
Yeah, definitely. The Mississippi, like I said, the Mississippi State Championship Challenge Series has been the bread and butter of super late model racing in Mississippi, and definitely here at this track. And so when we approached them about bringing the series here, it was kind of part of the deal was to work with Charles Thrash and his crew, and we worked with them at Magnolia, and excited to have them and be a part of this and us be a part of what they do. I think it's going to be a good deal. You got a pretty good group of regulars on both series. Obviously we got 13 guys that are following the Hunt the Front series, and I'd say right now 8 to 10 guys have ran all the Mississippi State Series races. So you put those 2 together along with the other regional guys from North Carolina like David McCoy and Georgia, and all that area coming over, I think, and even some guys from Arkansas coming over. I think it's going to be a good weekend of racing.
A good turnout last night, open practice. We had 14 super late models that were here, a really good mix. You had some Hunt the Front cars, you had the Mississippi State guys, then you had a few surprise guys that showed up, so we'll kind of go through some of those. So you had John Henderson, Trey Mills here, Joseph Joyner, Bo Slay with a brand new race car. Then you had Nick Thrash here, you had Mikey Kyle here, Josh Putnam, just a really good mix of guys here.
Yeah, Josh Putnam, the birthday boy,
he's
really
birthday.
Good here.
The big 4-0.
Yeah. Hope maybe he can win on his birthday, but
he doesn't know, but we're going to sing him happy birthday at the driver's meeting.
There you go. All right. I saw that I was in the production trailer, and I saw they got a special graphic for him later on the live broadcast on the front TV. But yeah, I wasn't able to be here at practice, but you were sending me updates, and it sounded like it was a good night. You said the top was quick, and guys really couldn't. The bottom didn't really come in, but that's the way this place is, right? The top's going to be quick, middle to high early, and then eventually you'll see that bottom coming in, and the guys rolling the momentum line, either rolling the bottom or momentum line through the middle, and then the top, starts to slow down a little bit, and you see, like I said, guys racing all over it. So I think you'll see more of that tonight.
That was cool getting to walk through and talk to everybody last night, and that's what everybody was saying. The top was quicker, but all the guys I talked to were like, we're focusing on trying to get around the bottom. Everybody kept saying the way this place is, we know how this place races. You got to be good on the bottom here. You got to roll the bottom, and it was treacherous for some guys. There were guys that were really struggling that spent a good majority of the practice session last night trying to roll the bottom.
Yeah, that's a good thing about having a practice, especially for those guys who haven't been here before. I know that a handful of those you mentioned is their first time here, or even if the guys that have experience here to figure out and have a little bit of a game plan going into the 2 nights of racing.
All right, so let's talk about our points coming in on the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. All right, so tight points battle. Will Harrington, our last and most recent feature winner at Cochran on June the 3rd, won in front of his hometown crowd. He ascended to a 10-point lead over Joseph Joyner, so just 10 points, just a couple of positions on the racetrack. Really tight points battle coming in.
Yeah, it's really interesting to watch. Those guys are kind of going back and forth, all season. I say all season. We've only gotten 4 races in at this point, but it's about to pick up here, start picking up. But those 2 guys, obviously Josh Putnam, I think, is in the mix.
Third.
Trey Mills, not far behind, our rookie, and John Henderson's been a bit of a surprise to me. Really good season so far. And then I'm still watching Peyton Freeman.
That's right.
And see if he can rebound after some bad luck to start the season. If this might be a place where he starts to pick up and rebound.
Yeah, he's sitting 6th in points, but he's starting to work his way up the point chart there. All right, so why does the points matter this weekend and then coming into next weekend? It's because we have just 4 races remaining for our mid-season points championship. Now, all that means is that at the end of next weekend, when we roll out of Duck River, somebody's going to make $5,000 just for sitting at the top of the points chart.
Exactly, and that was one thing we looked at when we put the series together. What can we do a little differently to benefit the drivers, and something that would kind of, like I said, reward them for sticking with it. When the season kind of gets long and the hot summer months, to give the little benefit. $16,000. Actually, it's more than that. It started out as a $16,000 point fund for the top 10, but anyone with perfect attendance is going to get at least $500. Right now, that's 13 guys, so we extended that a little bit. Hopefully, we end up with that through next weekend. But $5,000 to the high points man at the end of next weekend, $3,000 to second, and so on and so forth down through everyone that's ran with us full time.
From the series perspective, how cool is it that you can say we're at our 5th different venue, 5th weekend of racing? Here we are in June, and we have 13 guys that have been at every race.
I think it's satisfying for me, or kind of tells me we're on the right track. I know we've got a lot of room to improve on what we're doing and how we, as a series and as a production company with the TV and everything operate. But the fact that these guys are sticking with it and still running with us is pretty. It tells me we're at least on the right track, and hopefully we can just keep it moving forward.
So we were kind of joking before this started. We're just rolling with the punches right now, right? So we've had everything you could throw at us this year for a first-year series. It's baptism by fire for you, right? We've had weather issues. We've had to take big money races and reschedule. We've had to work at the last minute to find substitutions, track
We've
closing.
even had some literal punches thrown, but we won't go there.
I wasn't going to bring that up. As they're off camera over here fixing, the Victory Lane banner. So anyway, all right. So what I was segueing into is the week that you've had the last week because of next weekend's change of schedule.
Yeah. So I won't go into too much detail but just to suffice it to say, we had 2 curveballs thrown our way with North Georgia Speedway and I-75 both canceling within the past couple of days for very different reasons, unfortunate reasons that we weren't able to go there. We're looking forward to going to both those tracks. Fortunately, we were able to work out a deal with the folks with the Ultimate Super Late Model Series and Sanoa Raceway. They were already planning a $5,000 to win event next Saturday. So we took did away with those 2 Friday and Saturday shows at I-75 North Georgia, but worked out a deal to make a $10,000 to win race at Sanoa, co-sanctioned with the Ultimate Series and the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. And before we talk anything else about it, I just want to say how much we appreciate the folks at Sanoa and the folks with Ultimate for working with us to make that happen.
It's going to be really cool because Ultimate Super Late Model Series, a series based in the Carolinas, as far west as they go with Sanoa. So we're going to roll in there and you're going to have the Carolina cars, Willie Milliken, Rambo Dennis Franklin, Doug and Anthony Sanders, Greg Clark, Zach Mitchell, just to name a few, that they're going to bring. You add our 13 guys into the mix, and then you're at one of the raciest and most supported racetracks in the Southeast in Sanoa with their local contingent. It's going to be a heck of a show.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It obviously wasn't on our radar because we were planning somewhere else, but to have that all come together, and exactly like you said, kind of a meeting point, almost like this is with the Mississippi State Series and our deal, but it's going to be really interesting to see that, and that only kicks off the weekend. Then we go, of course, to Duck River on Sunday to wrap up our 4th of July and our mid-season points chase.
Yeah, well, to get there, we got to get through this weekend.
Absolutely.
Tonight is night number 1. Tomorrow night number 2, a pair of 5,000 to win races here at Why Not Motorsports Park. If you can't make it out, and we really hope you can, come on out, even if it's just for one of the 2 nights. We'd love to have you at both. If you can't make it, watch us on huntthefront.tv.